like to welcome Dr. Leonidas Tzonis. He's not a medical doctor, fortunately or unfortunately. He's the president of the Hellenic American Union. Where he leads Greece's oldest educational and cultural institution. I think it was established in 1957. He has been a key figure in the development of the Hellenic American University, having served as Executive Vice President, CFO, and Professor of Business. He taught at Durham University Business School, the Singapore Institute of Management, and HYGEIA University of London. He has consulted for organizations across Greece, Northern Africa, and Central Asia, and has supported the establishment of higher education institutions in Cyprus, Libya, and Mongolia. And look, we are hoping that we'll have a very fruitful collaboration in the field of certification and training with Dr. Tzonis. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's a real privilege to be with you today. In fact, I just landed about half an hour ago. Before I could start with the actual talk of today's session, let me present a little bit, in a nutshell, the organization I represent. As Dimitris mentioned, Hellenic American Union has been established 69 actually years ago in Athens. It's a binational organization. It has been created by initiative of the Foreign Minister of Greece and the State Department. It was a tool, it is a tool, if you wish, of soft public diplomacy, but basically our aim and objectives are to promote education and cultural ties between the United States and Greece. So, we are gathered today here at a time of extraordinary transformation, no doubt, both economically, technologically, also professionally and socially. In fact, we are witnessing one of the most important transitions in modern history. A world where artificial intelligence is reshaping industries, where digital transformation is redefining completely the workplace. In a world where entire professions evolve within just a few years, and where the concept of learning itself is changing fundamentally. For many decades, our societies followed a relatively predictable path. You studied, you earned a degree, you entered the workforce, and you built a career based on the knowledge you acquired in this career, this path. The specific model no doubt created generations of 100% successful individuals, but today the world moves too fast for learning to stop at graduation. Today, education is no longer a phase of life, but it's a lifelong process. And this is exactly why the conversation around lifelong learning, lifelong professional learning and certifications comes at the forefront and becomes more important than ever. I would say that the title of what I'm going to talk to you about today is Unlocking Potential Through Lifelong Professional Learning. Because in the modern world, human potential is no longer defined only by where we studied or what if you wish. It is defined by our willingness to continue growing. And perhaps this is the most important message I would like to leave with all of you today. No doubt the future will belong not to those who learn once, but to those who never stop learning. Our age, the age we live, is an age where adaptability is becoming one of the most valuable and important professional assets. Employers are no longer looking only for degrees. They are looking for agility, for continuous improvement, for problem-solving abilities, for digital literacy, for communication, for leadership, of course, for the ability to evolve. And evolution requires continuous learning. If we look around us, we can clearly see how rapidly everything changes. AI is already transforming the industries of finance, healthcare, education, law, media, marketing, of course, logistics, manufacturing, and hopefully public administration. Automation is changing completely the structure of jobs. Remote and hybrid work have transformed organizational culture. Data has become one of the world's most valuable resources, and perhaps most importantly, skills are becoming outdated faster than ever before. Studies around the world consistently show that millions of jobs will significantly change during this decade. Some professions, of course, will disappear. Many more will emerge. And almost all careers will require new competencies. This reality creates uncertainty, but it also creates opportunity. And opportunity belongs to those who are prepared to learn continuously. I'm repeating myself. This is exactly where lifelong professional learning becomes essential, because learning today can take many forms. It can mean professional certifications, executive education, online learning platforms, micro-credentials, technical specialization, leadership skill development, digital skills training, industry-focused education. The modern professional no longer learns only in classrooms, but learning happens everywhere. And this is a remarkable development for humanity. Today, a Greek student, a student in Greece, can access world-class education online. A young entrepreneur can acquire digital marketing expertise through global platforms. A manager can study data analytics after working hours. A healthcare professional can learn about AI-assisted medicine. An engineer can earn international certifications remotely. A teacher can develop new digital teaching competencies. Knowledge is becoming increasingly accessible. But and accessibility creates empowerment. But certifications offer something particularly valuable in this new environment, professional certification, obviously. They create a bridge between academic theory and practical application. A university degree provides foundations. Certifications often provide specialization. Degrees build intellectual structure. Continuous learning builds adaptability. And adaptability is becoming one of the defining characteristics of the successful professionals in our century. Today, certifications are helping professionals remain competitive in a rapidly changing environment or industries. They help individuals to validate their expertise, to stay current, to gain confidence, to develop practical competencies, to achieve transition into new careers, to strengthen credibility, and demonstrate commitment to growth. But beyond employability, lifelong learning also saves mindset. And mindset matters enormously, because individuals who continue learning tend to remain curious, open-minded, resilient, creative, adaptable, and optimistic, I would say. Continuous learning builds confidence because it reminds us that growth is always possible. And perhaps That is one of the greatest lessons of our time. No matter our age, experience, or profession, we can always evolve. The most successful people, I think personally, I met throughout my professional journey are rarely those ones that believe that already know everything. They are people who continue asking questions, who continue exploring, who continue improving themselves. In many ways, curiosity is becoming one of the most important leadership qualities of the modern era. Because curiosity drives innovation, curiosity drives progress, and it drives transformation. And organizations that encourage learning cultures will ultimately outperform those that resist change. Tomorrow's successful organization will not simply hire talented people. They will continuously develop talented people. They will invest in upskilling, in reskilling, in leadership skills development. Of course, they will invest in digital transformation, this never stops, in innovation, and above all, in human capital. Simply because human capital remains the most valuable capital any organization, or if you wish, any nation can possess. And this discussion is not only professional, it is economic, it is social, and at the end of the day, it's strategic. Countries that invest in skills, innovation, digital education, and certification ecosystems will strengthen their competitiveness in the global economy. In other words, lifelong learning is no longer an option. It is a necessity. And this message is especially important for younger generation entering the workforce today. To every young professional and every student, I would stress this. Do not see graduation as the end of education. See it as the beginning of continuous evolution. Your career, the career of young people, will likely change multiple times. We all know this. New industries will emerge, technologies will continue advancing. And many of the jobs of the future do not exist yet. The greatest advantage younger people can build is not simply expertise in one subject. It is the ability to continuously acquire new skills. Simply because the ability to learn might become the ultimate competitive advantage of the future. There is another important truth I would like to stress, and that I assume we all acknowledge. Continuous learning requires humility. The humility to admit that we don't know everything. The courage to start again. The discipline to improve consistency. And the confidence, of course, to embrace change rather than fear it. True growth begins outside our comfort zones. And every certification, every new skill, every learning experience represents a step forward. Not only professionally, personally as well. Learning expands perspective, no doubt. It strengthens communication, it increases confidence, it connects people globally. Of course, it also allows individuals to reinvest in themselves throughout life. That is why we at Hellenic American Union strongly believe that lifelong professional learning is ultimately about empowerment. Empowerment to adapt, empowerment to innovate, empowerment to lead, empowerment to create opportunities, empowerment to participate in the shaping of the future. We hear, dear colleagues, several times throughout our daily life, probably the phrase, the world is changing. But perhaps the more important question is, are we willing to change with it? Are we willing to continue learning after success, after experience, after expertise, after achievement? Because success should never be the end of the road. the individuals and organizations that will lead tomorrow are those that remain intellectually curious today. And that is why we believe that lifelong professional learning is not simply an education trend. It is a defining principle of our times. Degrees, of course, academic degrees remain important. Universities remain essential. Academic foundations matter deeply. But in today's world, learning cannot stop there. The future belongs to learner, to innovator, to adaptable minds, to individuals who remain open to change. And perhaps most importantly, to people who never lose the courage to grow. So, let us build a culture where learning never stops, where curiosity never stops, where personal growth never ends. Let us encourage younger generations not only to pursue career, but to pursue continuous evolution. Because at the end of the day, the greatest competitive advantage of the future will not simply be what we know today. It will be our ability to continuously learn tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Leonidas, for your presentation. Just to give you an idea to the audience what we're trying to do together with the American Union. We met Leonidas and its organization about the beginning of the year, and we are discussing how we can use his background and knowledge, the union knowledge and background on education, to use it for offering certifications of ASHRAE standards in Greece and perhaps in Balkan areas. And from what we have discussed already, Leonidas is very willing to support this venture. So if there are any questions for Leonidas?
Before questions, if I may add something to what we just said. Hellenic American Union was the very first organization in Greece that brought actually continuous education programs and certifications in collaboration with professional organizations from abroad. Just to give you an indication, we represent since mid-70s PMP and IPMA, the two project management associations, the European and the American one respectively. So we are proud to say that about 75 to 80, it's difficult to calculate it basically, Greek engineers certified in project management have been certified through Hellenic American Union. So, as world evolves, as new challenges are ahead of us, our aspiration is to initiate new collaborations with professional organizations like ASHRAE. And this is basically the main aim of our discussions with Dimitris and George.
So, are there any questions? So the rating system is
Thank you very much.